And to the men that hear this podcast from a woman's point of view, I see you. What's up? It's your girl, Bostonbossy, and I'm back. It's been a 4-year sabbatical, and so much has transpired in this last 4 years of the world, of my life. It's just time to get back and talk about some common effing sense issues. Y'all already know I'm tight, I'm heated, but we gonna get to it and unravel it. So come on, join me for this journey. Season 4, let go.
It's your girl Queemie Jones, back live in the flesh, and I'm back here in Renilly. And don't be silly. Get you some Renilly, and don't be silly. Because you can always catch me in Renilly. In the city, in the videos, you already know how it goes. Renilly is an excellent experiment in human excellence. To get your Renilly, go on to www.renillionedge.com. Don't be silly, get your Renilly. Yeah, yo.
I'm Bostonbossy. If you don't know me, I'm also half of MaryJane N Munchies, which is another podcast that I do with my homegirl, Queemie Jones. If you know me, I'm a Boston serial entrepreneur. I have done classes for the elderly at local libraries. I have been a brand developer for over 5 to 7 years. I have been a manager of musical talent, of models, you name it in the Boston industries, I've done it. I'm a trained chef via Le Cordon Bleu and a live streamer. Now, also, let's check that box off. Podcast entrepreneur. It's been 4 years since I last recorded, so you'll keep hearing me say that over these next couple episodes as we settle back into each other. But yeah, that's me, Bostonbossy. If you want to catch up with me off the podcast, go to linktree.com/BostonBossyMM for everything Bostonbossy related, from my live streaming to my MaryJane N Munchies content to my own personal Boston CES content to me. So, today's episode is not a heavy topic, but I wanted to jump right into something that I have been weighing on my heart, and I'm calling it the rise of the broken alpha. We're going to go over some of the reasons I think that there's a broken alpha, and what we could possibly do about it will be in episodes to come to later, but let's just kind of dive right into the problem. I think what breaks an alpha or a man's man or a dominant man who could rightfully take his place in society, the top 3 things, not even I would say from research, but from personal experience of dealing with other men: childhood trauma, toxic women, and lack of coping mechanisms. Because life's going to happen, right? Life happens for women like it does for men, but women are often trained coping mechanisms, such as take a bath, me time, relax, you need to get in touch with you, and things of that nature are encouraged and raised into women. And then you have the narrative for guys, like, even if you've been working a 12-hour shift, it's not encouraged. Hey, go get your feet done. You've been working a 12-hour shift, go get a massage, go get your chiropractor done. And so that narrative, while it can be great to strengthen someone and have them push through hard times, can also leave them feeling like there's never an appropriate time to be vulnerable, i.e. cope with what happens in life. Childhood trauma is just as it says. We all have it, but how we are able to cope with it later on goes back to that third one of coping mechanisms. If women are allowed to cry and go to therapy and keep talking about it until they heal from it, and men are told to just shut up about it, you're going to get some type of disconnect, especially when they finally get into interpersonal relationships that are requiring that openness and vulnerability they've never had an opportunity to learn. So, childhood trauma could be from a horrible upbringing, a traumatic episode in that childhood, or just a really toxic environment, no matter how wonderful your parents were, that you may have been growing up in. And we see that across board. You could have somebody like Nipsey Hussle that had a great home life, but had a toxic environment that he grew up in. Just a whole bunch of environmental factors tearing him apart from this disciplined, structured upbringing. And so I think when you have the broken alpha is when all of those culminate or one of those dominate. Nobody is perfect and no one is expecting somebody to be perfect, but not having room for vulnerability creates, delicate people, if you will. that are easily broken at a moment's notice because, in their mind, if one thing goes wrong, then nothing will ever be right again. I just feel like, okay, so for my own personal life, what I know about the topic is it's tough because I'm a big pro-man person. And in the last 5 years, I have just seen like this assault on masculinity, manhood, and a man's place in society. And it leaves me thinking if there's no room for men, then what's the point of it all? I would never want to live in a world with only women. Ever. And this is not because I don't love women. I don't think women are ethereal, beautiful goddesses. But have you been around a lot of women lately? Have you? Write in the comments why you don't think I'd want to be around a lot of women. I went to an all-girls college. This is not reflective of a person who hasn't been around a lot of diverse women from a multitude of backgrounds. And you write in the comments why you think I wouldn't want to live in a world with only women. Give me one moment. We're going to pay these bills right quick. Go and get our ducats in order. And we're going to be right back. Quickly flap. Boop, boop.
Cook good and look good.
How do I not understand you?
Perfect example. You feel that I need affection. Mm-hmm. And it's more about being seen. You're so in with the boys and cooking, and I appreciate it all to the max. But I feel like I'm a ghost in the house.
And I feel like I'm a robot.
That I see, and I acknowledge that 100%.
Wait, that I'm a robot and that he feels like a ghost? No.
I needed y'all to hear it from a man's point of view. Yes, this is Bostonbossy CES. We're going to have to come in there for the 10 moments. But this season, I am bringing you guests. I am bringing you experts. I am bringing you people in the field. Because sometimes you need to hear this from the mouth of the people that it's affecting. This man acknowledged that she feels like a robot. And he thanked her for her roboticness. But he's telling her, I don't feel seen. And seen means, when in your day did you plan for me? Or did I not even make the list? Now, I have a friend who would say, I check everybody off my list and that's how I think that is the most wonderful thing in the world. That she puts people on the list and checks them off throughout the day. Now, it could be a 1-minute conversation. It could be a whole day she spends with you. But if you're on the list, you get checked off. Some people feel like, well, you should just organically remember me. That's bullshit. I'm going to let y'all know that. That's bullshit. Our lives are too busy. They're too filled with noise. They're too filled with kids and activities, etc. For each other, as people to be seen, we got to put people on the list. That's all that man said. You just want to be on the list. You just want to be on the list. But we're going to circle back that at the end of the show. Let's go ahead and get into some other things today. We got our media roundup. Listen, my best friend wanted me to go see Color Purple. She said, go see Color Purple, friend, talk about it on your show. And I was like, nah, friend. She was like, why? You love The Color Purple. You made me watch it all the time. I don't know why. It's a very sad movie. This one's going to be happy. And that's why I didn't go see it. I felt joyful in the trailers. Lighthearted, if you will, looking at clips. I don't know where y'all come from, but my grandmother lived portions of The Color Purple back in Panama and in the United States. No, nobody was singing. Nobody was dancing in the fields. And there wasn't a soundtrack to her pain. I get it. We are Me Too movement. We passed that time where we just, let bad shit be bad shit. We gotta, nicen it up. But I ain't here for that. Because we don't learn the lessons that we need to learn if we don't see the stuff how it was. The beauty of Celie was the ugliness of Celie. Celie was ugly. It don't tell you no different. Now, was Whoopi Goldberg an ugly young woman? No. They uglied her up for the role. But, not letting her really do her hair, have no makeup on, really get that Southern vibe. But the ugliness was the beauty. That this woman had to use her brain, use her ability to take care of her family, to create a new life for herself, where there were no trailblazers creating lives post-husbands when your husband is alive and well. Also, the growth in friendship between Mr.'s former lover and her. Without there being a huge disconnect, we don't see the growth. We don't see the comedic growth, the traumatic growth that two women have to overcome when one chose to sleep with a man and one was just sleeping with a man. Worlds apart, but there was room for growth in that. Congratulations to the entire Color Purple 2023 cast. You did an amazing piece of work. But it's not it. It's not giving triumph. It's giving Me Too moment, Color Purple. And we didn't need that. We already had the Color Purple play. But anyway, that's that, y'all. You can take it how you want to take it, though. Y'all face out. Your face is sad. I don't care. Nobody off that show paying me. You can feel different, and I'm going to respect it, but that's how I feel, and it's my show. You feel different, get a podcast, and then you can feel some type of way about it, and I watch your show. Anyway, period. Oh, you know we're going to bring back Track of the Week. Track of the Week got to be there. It's always going to be there. There's definitely going to be some Boston artists I bring back. But this week's Track of the Week is by a Mississippi artist, Queemie. He has this dope retro vibe to him. I want y'all to check him out. I chose this song, Indian Giver, to kind of ease you into Mr. Queemie. Go check out Queemie on all streaming platforms, Indian Giver. You gonna vibe with that song. You gonna fuck with it. I feel like Indian Giver is my mood on 2024. If I ever gave a fuck, let me get it back. Because I'm done. I'm over it. I'm not going back and forth with people in 2024. This song gonna get you where you need to go. Indian Giver. All right? Take it back. Take your feelings back. Take your money back. Take your pussy back. Take your dick back. Take all your shit back. Use it for you and go forward. And if people say you selfish, tell them, damn, skip it. Just like this. Damn, skip it. Make sure you tell them like that. Tell them that Bostonbossy said if they got smoke, go stream my podcast. Talk about me and shit online so I can get some more views. After this commercial, we're going to have some final thoughts. We're going to wrap it up. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what we got to come to the season. Stay locked in.
Y'all come with me to Essential Body Herbs on Blue Hill Ave in Meta PM. Off jump, I had to give me a mush walk for my teethuses, okay? Keep them white and bright. Essential Body Herbs has an array of body care, holistic, aromatherapy, herbs, and disease. You feel me? They are Black-owned, female-owned, and Caribbean. A trifecta of Black excellence. Y'all, I had to give me some peppermint, ginger tea. My stomach was messing with me. They got powders and sea moss in the bag, you feel me? Then they got honey and bee pollen, for your allergies. Before I dipped, I had to get me some sandalwood and eucalyptus incense because they got an array that I could not ignore. Got some agua too. Dried incense in the front. Slabs of African black soap. A brick of African black soap. Diversity. They got a perfumery in the back. I had to make some. Customer service is amazing. Got 2 of them. Then I had to check out. Cook good and look good. Check them out. It's your girl Queemie Jones, back live in the flesh, and I'm back here in Renilly. And don't be silly. Get you some Renilly, and don't be silly. Because you can always catch me in Renilly. In the city, in the videos, you already know how it goes. Renilly is an excellent experiment in human excellence. To get your Renilly, go on to www.renillionedge.com. Don't be silly, get your Renilly. Yeah, yo.
What's up? Thank y'all so much. This episode has been a lot of fun for me. I'm back. Thank y'all so much for taking this 4-year break with me. And if y'all are tuning in for the first time, welcome to the Bostonbossy CES family. If you're tuning in for the 4th millionth time and you're back and you're seeing me for the first time, hi. I wanted to just go over some final thoughts. Men are 50% of the population and 100% of the solution. There's no way that we can't figure out how to connect with men. It's just, do we want to? Do we want to create the dialogue and the conditions in which men are going to feel comfortable following through on some of the things that society needs from them? And then society going to support that growth process? Because certainly we do it for women. But are we going to do it for men? I can't see a world where we're not going to figure this out, but I do see a pattern and a trend of pushing it on one gender versus the other to figure it out. But it's not like that. If you're not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. If you say men are good and they don't need no help, then you're part of the problem. And if you say all men suck and they need the most help, then you are also part of the problem. What's the solution is having a conversation with the other people in this world on how we going to move better and forward. You know, to the men in your lives, I would say just listen. Listen. Hear what's going on in their world. And then maybe you can offer either advice, assistance, financial, etc., etc., etc. But listen. There's a reason men always say, I wish women would just shut the fuck up and listen. Because men are not asking for the same things that we are as women. They're not asking for unicorns and rainbows and sunshines that float on a diagonal curve. They just want warm food. Hot would be great, but warm would be awesome. They take warm. Warm food. Cooked food, perhaps. Let's get crazy. Cook it. But, just care. Like the man said, I know and appreciate everything you do for our household, but I feel like a ghost. I am invisible. And she said, well, I'm a robot. And it's that one-up mentality that's going to keep us one down. All right, if you want to connect with your girl, Boston Bossy, outside of YouTube, then I need you to go to linktree.com/BostonBossyMM. That is going to be my connection to everything except for my Bigo. And y'all know I love Bigo. That's my live streaming home on the internet. I am all things Bigo related. Bigo. So if you want to connect with me on Bigo, it's Powerpuff88. That's Power, Power, Puff, Puff, 88. And that's where you can connect with my production company, Platinum Finished Productions. That's where you can connect with my family, the Rude Squad gang, and the agencies that I recruit for, so you too can become a paid host on Bigo Live. If you are the toker that I know you most likely are, because if you living in this world with Common F says you need something to numb the bullshit, then MaryJane N Munchies is your place to go. That's my home away from home. That's where I've been the last 4 years, y'all. I had to build her up. I had to get her strong and feed her nutrients of love and affection. And now she has blossomed into a readily available podcast on all streaming platforms, including right here on YouTube. I do with my girl, Queemie Jones. Check her out as well. That's QUEEMIEJONES. On all platforms. Make sure you check her out. That's my ace boo coon. We ride it out for everything. Make sure you check her out because she's my co-host and my producer of this show. I told you, we done upgraded. We got produced with all that. We've been cooking. If you want to hear about all that, check out Boston Bossy everywhere that you can.